How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And we keep on... Activision keeps popping up, right? And Activision is the ultimate mixed bag when it comes to the NES. Because... sure, they were very important in terms of the Atari 2600. They were the first third-party publisher. And for my money, Activision made some of the most important games on the Atari 2600. A lot of the stuff that they released on the NES, though, a lot of it was the struggle bus. However, every now and then they dropped off something real cool. Galaxy 5000 and stuff like that. Today's game is another example of something really cool that Activision dropped off on the NES. It's from 1992. So it was close to that, this about to be the end of the road, so everything about to be hard to get time frame. But yeah, this one's pretty interesting. It's a flight sim, and for some reason in Japan, it was named after the movie Iron Aces 3. Today, we're going to take a quick look at Ultimate Air Combat. Now, in Ultimate Air Combat, you're dealing with a dictator by the name of General Don Guano, who uses money from his oil exports to fund all manner of treacherous activities around the world. And at this point, you done hit a little too close to home. We're gonna go ahead and send some planes to deal with them, right? The gameplay basically takes two different flavors. You got a first-person section that plays a lot like Top Gun, and you fly to a certain point, and it switches to an isometric view, kind of like Desert Strike, and you fly around, you take out enemy planes and all that stuff in first person view. When you get to the third person sections, you gotta go to a particular point on the map, take out an enemy base or a facility or some sort of thing, and then take your butt back to your aircraft carrier. You control a couple of different planes. There's a number of different weapons types, that kind of stuff. And for my money, solid video game, right? Really, really solid video game. Now, those first person sections can get kind of drab because, it's when you're flying over the ocean, it's 2 shades of blue. That's occasionally broken up by a random cloud going by until enemies pop up. You get to the desert and then it's blue with some brown. And so, yeah, it's kind of drab. It's kind of graphically lacking, but it's a fun enough game. It controls okay. It ain't nothing bad. Now, the third-person sections can get kind of frustrating because you don't know exactly where you're supposed to go starting out. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing unless you have a manual or you have a way to kind of know. But yeah, following where you're supposed to go, you follow the compass on the screen, it'll tell you exactly where you go. And it's not as hard and frustrating as it might feel. You just gotta know what you're doing, And yeah, this, if you have access to a copy of this, it beats the hell out of Top Gun. Which Top Gun was aight, but that refueling mid-level thing was frustrating, and landing is absolutely annoying. This though, this alright. They don't try to make, as far as I know, they don't really try to make you land your plane, which is okay by me. Now, if you decide you want to get a copy of Ultimate Air Combat or Ace's Iron Eagle 3, I still don't understand that. This game had no affiliation with that movie at all whatsoever. Yeah, if you want to get a copy of this, about $40-$50 for a loose cart, between $40 and $60, honestly, for a loose cart. If you want a complete copy or a copy with a manual, that's when you start ticking up to around $100 and up. Honestly, in the age of Google, you don't necessarily need that manual. And there are lots of people who sell replacement manuals and replacement boxes on eBay, Etsy. You can find that stuff. You can basically you can make yourself a CIB copy of a game. It's not a big deal. I personally, if you're already paying $40-$50 for a random flight sim, you don't necessarily need that box unless you're trying to do a complete, you're trying to just collect complete sets of complete games. To each his own. If you got it, go do it. It's whatever to me. It's a fun game though. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Look, Dr. Malcolm, with all due respect, if you don't put your shirt back on, I'm going to feed you to a raptor myself.